The sketch was pinned to the corkboard at exactly 8:42 a.m. Charcoal lines. Hollow eyes. A crooked mouth frozen between fear and guilt. By noon, it was on every screen in the city. By nightfall, 3 lives had already begun to unravel. It started with a scream that tore through the quiet of Brookline Avenue just after midnight. Before we dive into the main story, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell notification button for more interesting video like this. A young woman, Emily Carter, 26, was found unconscious in her apartment. The place looked untouched at first glance. No forced entry. No overturned furniture. Only one thing was missing: her sense of safety. Emily survived, but her memory didn't. She could recall fragments, a shadow. A voice that didn't sound angry, just rushed. A face she thought she recognized. And in the pressure-filled hours that followed, detectives needed something, anything, to calm a frightened public. So they brought in a sketch artist. Emily sat under harsh fluorescent lights, trembling. Every question felt like a test she was failing. Was his nose wider? Did he have facial hair? Are you sure about the eyes? Each time she hesitated, the artist filled in the gaps. What emerged wasn't a memory, it was a compromise. Still, when the sketch was revealed, police called it a strong lead. The media called it the face of a predator. And the city did what cities always do. They hunted. Marcus Reed, a 32-year-old delivery driver, saw the sketch on his phone during a lunch break. His coworker went quiet. Then stared. Then said, "Man, that looks just like you." By the next morning, Marcus was pulled over. By evening, he was in an interrogation room. He had an alibi, time-stamped deliveries, GPS records. It didn't matter. The sketch matched. And once suspicion sticks, innocence has to scream to be heard. Marcus was fired pending investigation. Neighbors stopped making eye contact. Someone spray-painted rapist on his door. He hadn't even been charged yet. Across town, Daniel Whitmore, a high school art teacher, noticed students whispering when he entered the classroom. That afternoon, police knocked on his door. Daniel had once lived in Emily's building. 2 years ago. 1 floor below. The sketch, those eyes, that jaw, close enough. When word spread, the school put him on unpaid leave. Parents demanded answers. Friends stopped calling. Daniel's wife stood by him until the news van showed up. By the time police quietly admitted they had no physical evidence, Daniel's reputation was already a crime scene. The third life unraveled silently. Luis Mendoza, a 19-year-old college freshman, saw the sketch taped to a bus stop. A stranger stared at him too long. Then followed him. Then called the police. Luis was detained, questioned, photographed. Released. But the photo leaked. Online comments were brutal: "Lock him up." You can see it in his eyes. 2 weeks later, Luis dropped out of school. A month later, he moved back home, afraid to go out at night. No charges. No apology. Just fear. 6 months later, DNA results finally came back. The real attacker was already in custody, for a separate assault in another city. He looked nothing like the sketch. The police issued a brief statement. The investigation has concluded. The individuals previously questioned are no longer considered persons of interest. No press conference. No retractions. No mention of the 3 lives that had been publicly dismantled. Marcus still can't find steady work. Daniel's marriage didn't survive the suspicion. Luis flinches when he hears sirens. And Emily? She learned the truth too. The face she helped create, the one that haunted her dreams, had never existed at all. The sketch was taken down. The case was closed. But somewhere in the police archive, that drawing still exists, filed, labeled, waiting. And the next time a frightened witness tries to remember a face through trauma and fear, will the system stop to ask whether a sketch can destroy lives, or will it pin it up again and let history repeat itself? Want more stories like this? Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our story, because this is just getting started.